Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday. It's your girl Saran. We are back live every Monday. And I went live last week and I'm going live this week. I want to make sure that you can hear me and see me. So give me 1 second to check my phone, make sure I got some sound everywhere. I hope everybody is doing well. Okay, so I am live in several groups and on my business page. I just want to say happy Thursday. And guess what? It's thankful. It's our Thanksgiving week. So this is the perfect time to talk about gratitude when it comes to our money and how we can attract more just by being grateful for what we have. So again, I'm your girl Saran. I work with women and wealth creators to create financial plans that will help them get out of debt, create income they cannot outlive, and create generational wealth. So I'm here to add joy back into your finances. So today we're going to talk a little bit about going from gratitude to abundance. And it's a mindset, really, right? When we get started with our financial journey and we do all the financial tools, which we're going to be talking about specifically. I have a 7-day challenge coming up for the beginning of the new year, but just talking about the things that matter most. And if you're with me live, just say hello in the chat so I can see you. But the first thing we want to do is demonstrate gratitude. And how do we do that? Sometimes demonstrating gratitude is tough love. Sometimes it's being more loving with ourselves and being tough on our loved ones when it comes to certain things and maybe saying no to some things so that they can learn to appreciate what they're doing. Hey, Stephanie, so they can learn to appreciate themselves and appreciate finance and grow in different ways, right? Because sometimes we don't realize that that tough love is what helps us to grow. And think about a time when you really needed money or needed something or needed help and you didn't get it, but you figured out a way for you to still do whatever it was you needed to do. I'm not saying it was easy and I'm not even saying it was pretty, but you figured out how to do it on your own. And that sometimes is the tough love that we get and we need to learn to give, right? Because I know that as someone in Generation X, we're guilty of taking away all the pains of life from everyone in our lives, our children, our grandchildren, nieces, nephews, godkids. We don't want anybody to suffer because we had it so hard, right? We went outside at 12 o'clock or whatever time it was. We didn't come back till nightfall and we didn't have no food, no money, no cell phone, no water, nothing. We just rushed it for the day, right? And that's the fun part. But we had fun and we knew what we were doing. But as kids who grew up, as someone who grew up in that time, and we were responsible for everything, the little kids, the big kids. We cooked dinner, we did everything as someone who grew up in Gen X, in between the baby boomers and the millennials and the Gen Zers. We had it rougher than most people because we were making it happen. And so now our thing is creating comfort for ourselves. I am a big believer in that. And creating comfort for those around us because we don't want to see anybody suffer. But being thankful that we're in a place that we can do that is also learning that we have to extend some tough love, right? That doesn't mean being mean, nasty, or surly. It just means being a little tough and saying no sometimes, even if it's just 1 out of 5 times, just to get to allow others to grow around us. Now, it's important for us to also, in this season of gratitude, because we're coming up on Thanksgiving, to count your blessings. We don't always count our blessings. Here's how I know. When things happen in our lives, sometimes we can get to feeling like nobody showed up for me, right? And many of you may or may not know I was in a car accident a few weeks ago, and I've been home for like the last 10 weeks, literally. And I did something that I don't normally do. Every time somebody sent me a card, called, stopped by, or did something for me, I just wrote it down just so I could remember to say thank you because in my mind, I'm like, man, I want to send everybody a card, right? But when I look back, I look and I said, oh my God, all these people showed up for me. And had I not done that little tracking, because my intent wasn't to be tracking, my intent was to be able to show them gratitude when I got back to a place of fully functioning. And when I look back, I said, oh my God, I was so overwhelmed. I was brought to tears because so many people showed up for me from all parts of my life to support me during a time that was pretty challenging. I'm in a good place now. But in the beginning, people were just showing up and being present. I mean, I still have friends who pick me up and take me to physical therapy. I still have friends who stop by and bring me meals. I still have friends who, well, actually, I convinced my niece this weekend to take me in an Uber to go buy another Christmas tree, which was totally not a necessity, but I wanted it. So, and I wanted to get outside. I've been stuck in the house. I laugh and I tell people I'm having my own personal quarantine right now, calling it leg quarantine. But being able to count those things sometimes gives you a different perspective. And that's the whole reason I told you that story, is because there are times when we just think nobody's there. But that's because we haven't really taken into account of those who show up in big ways and small ways. We're not really acknowledging it as much because sometimes we only want to count the big grand gestures, you know. But the thing is all those small things add up to so many big things. Now, sometimes we can fall out of gratitude, if you will, because we get into feeling like, well, things are unfair. And we only get in the place of feeling like things are unfair when we start to compare ourselves to Mary Sue and Jane. Well, guess what? In social media age, which we're all in the information age, it is so easy to compare ourselves to everybody and thousands of people you don't even know. And then feel like, oh, it's not fair. I don't have the big fancy white cabinet kitchen with marble countertops and the big backyard and all those things. Is that what you asked for? Is that what you worked for? Is that what you put in for? Oh, by the way, there's so much fake news out there when it comes to social media. Don't get caught up in the hype and the videos that you see of what people are showing you on social media because it may not be real and it may be unrealistic. But when we start to show gratitude for where we are and what we have, even if you're in a one-bedroom apartment, you show gratitude to that apartment. It's housing you, it's protecting you, it's giving you safety from the elements, it's giving you somewhere to take care of yourself and whomever else you need to take care of, be it children, fur babies, husband, wife, whatever. It's still providing for you at the time where you're here. And then in the future, there may be some other places you live that will provide for you. But show gratitude, show yourself some gratitude for being where you are. Now, there is a lot of things. I used to teach this course here in where I live in Maryland to young students going to work in the summer program here in Maryland. And it was called the 7 A's of Success. But there was one that I always remember because it was the hardest one for everyone to grasp. And it was called appreciation. How do you show appreciation to those you work with and encounter on a regular basis? And that was the hardest concept to grasp because most of the students and even the adults teaching it, we had no idea how to show appreciation to others in the workplace, to others and where we volunteer, to others as we come in encounter with them. But appreciation is just another form of gratitude, right? But when we learn to show appreciation on a constant basis, the more you do it, the easier it becomes, right? And it can start with the word thank you. It could be I appreciate you. It's simple as that, right? It could be a note card. It could be a sticky note. It could be a lot of different things that a genuine text message, right? Because sometimes text can get lost in translation, but you want it to be genuine. You want to do those things to create abundance. And I know you're like, well, sir, you're supposed to be talking about money. I am. I am talking about money because money is just a form of energy that comes to you through your action to get it. Work, service, giving, doing, all those things. And so part of that is being appreciative for where you are and what you have. Now, there are lots of ways to do that. So you just think about ways that you can show gratitude and be appreciative for where you are right now, even if it's tough. And it's hard, and I know that sometimes it can be challenging when if maybe you're in a tough financial situation. Maybe you got something happening that's not comfortable, that's stressful, that you got to choose between, you know, Peter and Paul, the pay, and all those things. But but you still can be grateful for being able to at least pay one. And so it's finding that one silver lining in everything that you do, and starting to practice being thankful for what's coming, right? Now, we can be mindful about this and meditate and focus on the future that we want and not what we're living. Because I know personally there have been times I've been in hard times and stressful times, and I was having a major pity party. It was just not going well. Right? I was beating myself up. I was cursing the world. Things just weren't going well. And then then suddenly I was like, wait a minute. I'm in the wrong mindset. I gotta change my mindset. I gotta get more positive about this. I gotta get happy. I gotta get myself to a place of knowing that no matter what ever happened to me, I've always made it. I've always made it through and I've always come out on top. And I even always learn something I can take to the next level and teach someone else. So thinking about things in that manner will really change the way your outlook and look on money. So we got to be mindful. I'm a big meditator. I prefer to sit in silence and sort through my thoughts and listen closely to hear the spirit. I know a lot of people pray out loud and do different things. Do what works for you, but you got to tap in, right? And find a place where you can get grounded and get connected and be able to find the space of where you're going to go. The other thing is when we get grateful, more opportunities open, doors open. People come to you in the unexpected ways. I got some phone calls today I was not expecting. And I was like, all right, cool, let's do it. you know? And but you have to, but if we don't just be thankful for where we're going and the direction we're going, things won't move forward. But they can move forward as long as you're positive and you're moving forward. Learning to be thankful for the healing, learning to thankful to be healed, thankful for the abundance that's coming, thankful for the idea that's coming that's going to bring you to abundance, even though there might be work tied to that opportunity. Now, sometimes we might need to have some positive affirmations for ourselves to get us in the right mind frame. And and if you're believing affirmations, I am. You can use I am statements. You can use I feel statements. You can say I love, I speak, and I have some examples for you today that I'm going to share. But really, the idea is as we go into this Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate, um, season, or season of joy, we can call it. Be sure to tap into the joy because the power is in the joy. The power is in the gratitude. The power is in the thankfulness. The power is in the ability to show appreciation. And it doesn't always mean that if you don't have money, that you need to use money to prove these things or to show these things. We can get creative and show these things in a non-financial way. Somebody's texting me about the video. But we have to really just start thinking about it. So I'm going to share some affirmations with you, and you can go back and watch this video later. I'll probably make a TikTok with it later, but I want you to listen to some of these affirmations that you can use anytime, any place to help you to grow, to help you to feel grounded, to help you to feel happy, to help you to get yourself to a place of thankfulness, knowing that no matter if there's a challenge in your life right now, that there is joy on the other side. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to give you like five or six, okay? So the first one is I am grateful for the abundance that surrounds me in every aspect of my life. I feel a deep sense of gratitude for the opportunities that flow into my financial journey. I do my best to approach each financial challenge with a positive and grateful mindset. I love and appreciate the abundance that is present in my life right now. I speak words of prosperity and abundance into my financial reality. I see abundance manifesting in both expected and unexpected ways. I understand that gratitude is the key to unlocking the doors to financial abundance. And those are just a few affirmations that you can use as you go through this season of gratitude. So I implore you to join me every Monday at 8:30 p.m. We will go through different seasons of education. I'll have some more technical videos on finance, but I felt it was appropriate for us to really hone in on gratitude this week by us going into the season of Thanksgiving and the season of joy with Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, New Year, all the things that many of us look forward to. And for those of you who this may be a sad season because you lost a loved one, I send you love, I send you peace, I send you joy, because as we go through this season, we want you to know that we're all here together to support, love, and bring one another to where we need to be. So be sure to join me in any one of my communities and on my YouTube channel or my Facebook page. But I'll be here every Monday at 8:30 p.m. like I have been doing for the last year or so. But we are back in business. So it's your girl Saran. Peace, love, and light. Let's get your money right.